What we're going to do, if you look, we yesterday did that first transition where the name slides in and the name slides out. Now we're going to add another one that comes either from the top or from the bottom. So the same process, but today we're going to talk about how we can add a second color matte clip, how to overlap that a little bit, and then how to add in our second text. So I'm going to go ahead and just get rid of these. So the first thing that we need to add is another color matte layer. So I'm going to go down here to my project panel, and I'm going to click Project I Am Movie. Now your color matte that you used in your first one should still be there, but maybe you wanted a second color. If you wanted a second color, you could come down here to the bottom to New Item and choose a new color matte. Okay, so I'm just going to drag the same one that I had, and I'm going to put it right below the other one, and I'm actually going to overlap it a little bit so that there's no kind of change, right? Like if I had this spaced out, or if I had it even like right next to it, it might go to black and then switch to the next color, or you might get that switch. So just by having the same kind of overlap there is pretty good. Now we're going to make every clip for this project 4 seconds. So if you could, I'd like you to increase your first 2 layers to be 4 seconds long. And then this one will go to the 8 meter. Okay, so again, make each clip 4 seconds, and then make sure that second one goes to 8. So now we're going to add our text. So I'm going to grab that type tool, go to this color matte. I'm going to draw my text box just like we know, and now I'm going to type my age. I am 32 years old. Okay, I'll pull out my menu here. You might have to go up to Window and Essential Graphics to get your text edit. I'm just going to highlight this. I'm going to center it, and then I'm just going to kind of move this down a little bit so it's right in the middle, just like that. Okay. So now what we're going to do is we are going to apply our text. Oop, I gotta pull these down so that they're not in the same row. Perfect. Just like that. So you want those staggered in that timeline. Okay. So now I'm going to do my effect where instead of left to right, it goes top to bottom. So I click my text layer. I go to my effect controls in my effect control panel. I hit the text and I scroll down. Okay. Now remember, we need to pick our starting point. So I'm going to, instead of moving this left out, that's left and right, I'm going to move the right one now. And I'm going to move this all the way to the top till it disappears. And I'm going to click position. Okay. Then I'm going to move my timeline to where I want it to move to. I'm going to go just about, a little over 5 seconds, just before 6. And then I'm going to move this back down to the middle. I'm going to move my timeline over to say, okay, I want this to sit here until maybe about 2/3 of the way. I'm going to add a keyframe. Then I'm going to move my timeline to the end of the clip at 8 seconds. And then I'm going to move my name or my title out of the screen. Okay. Just gotta pull this back to here. There we go. And I just gotta move some of these over a little bit. There we go. Perfect. Okay. So now let's see what we got here for our timeline. See what we got. So it bounces in, it stops, but it doesn't bounce out. I didn't add that last one. So I need to go back in and do that. So I'm going to click my text layer, scroll down here. Move this all the way out. See, I didn't add that last one. So now let's see what we have. I didn't add that last keyframe. Let's see what we got. So it comes in, and then it comes out. So now I need to add that nice motion fluidity to it so that it doesn't it's not so jagged. So I'm going to grab these 2. I'm going to right click. I'm going to go temporal interpolation, I'll go continuous Bezier. I'll click this arrow, and I'll adjust. You know, you can play around with these. Let's see what happens if I go this way. Like if I move these up, let's see what kind of happens with the speed here. See how this looks. So it gets quicker and then it slows down. That's a little weird. I didn't like that too much. So I'm going to click these again. Highlight both of them. Perfect. And I'm going to actually pull these back kind of this way and kind of that way like we had with the other one to keep some consistency. So let's see what we have here. Perfect. Nice. That looks good. So now I am good to go. So I've added a second color mat. I've added my text. The next thing that we're going to cover tomorrow is going to be how to add some photos in. So, you know, this is a good slide here, right? We have our name, and then this next one, if we have our text come in, and then maybe we have a couple photos slide in, and we'll show you how to do that tomorrow. All right, let's get that second clip, and then what you can do is actually keep adding your titles all the way through, and then we'll keep going from there. All righty, good luck.